Welcome to Titocan Solutions. In a real-world business scenario, a combination of internal and external factors plays key roles in influencing consumer decisions to buy or patronize a product or service. And some of these factors could be product quality, price affordability, and brand trust. Other factors could be advertising influence, social influence, and store accessibility. However, knowing what influences buying behavior or what motivates a consumer to choose one product over another helps companies to position their product effectively. So, in this video, I'll be demonstrating a step-by-step procedure on how to conduct analysis of consumer buying behavior using SPSS. My name is Titocan, and this is Titocan Solutions, a YouTube channel for improving the knowledge of how to do things. Please stay with me on this channel and endeavor to see or watch this video to the end in order to learn the step-by-step analysis procedure in SPSS and see how the results are interpreted. Now, let's take a look at the dataset for this demonstration. As you can see, this set of data has already been loaded into SPSS. If you don't know how to load data into SPSS and define the variable properties, please visit Titocan Solutions YouTube channel to see or watch my videos on Introduction to SPSS Software for Beginners, Part 1 and Part 2. This data describes a scenario of consumer buying behavior consisting of 25 respondents and 7 variables, designed to explore key factors influencing consumer decision to buy or patronize a product or service. Each respondent rated their views on a 5-point Likert scale, where 1 is coded as very low, 2 is coded as low, 3 is coded as moderate, 4 is coded as high, and 5 is coded as very high across variables such as product quality, price affordability, brand trust, advertising influence, social influence, store accessibility, and consumer decision, which reflects the consumer's likelihood to purchase. This data is fictitiously simulated with a singular aim to demonstrate how to conduct consumer buying behavior analysis in SPSS and does not represent a real-world business data survey. Now, when analyzing consumer buying behavior, the goal is to understand how and why consumers make purchasing decisions, what factors influence them, and to what extent these factors contribute to their actions. To achieve this, I will explore the use of descriptive statistics and multiple linear regression analysis in SPSS. Descriptive statistics will help to grasp the general behavior of consumers by summarizing and visualizing the data through central tendency and dispersion, while multiple linear regression will help to identify the cause of buying behaviors and the effects by identifying which independent variables or predictors have significant effect on the dependent variable or consumer decision to buy or patronize a product or service. This makes it ideal for strategic business decision-making, such as targeting marketing efforts or improving specific service areas that drive sales. Now, let's go into the data and perform the respective analysis. Go to the menu bar and click Analyze. Scroll down to Descriptive Statistics and click on Descriptives. Select all the variables from the box at the left and use the transfer arrow key to move them to the variables box at the right. Click to open the Options dialog box. In this box, the required options for central tendency have been selected for us by default. Uncheck the boxes for minimal and maximum and check the box for range. There is nothing more to do here. Click Continue to close this dialog box. Go ahead and click OK to produce the central tendency results. As you can see, the results have been produced. But while you interpret the results, put into consideration that the 5-point Likert scale was coded as 1 for very low, 2 for low, 3 for moderate, 4 for high, and 5 for very high. Accordingly, product quality has a range of 2, which is a low rating. The mean is 4.04, which is rated high on the Likert scale, indicating that consumers generally perceive the quality of the product as above average. The standard deviation is 0.841, showing that responses are relatively consistent, reflecting general agreement among consumers. Price affordability. This has a range of 3, which is a moderate rating, and a mean of 3.84, which is closer to 4 and is ranked high on the Likert scale, suggesting that most consumers find the pricing fair or accessible. The standard deviation is 1.068 and is slightly higher, implying some variability in perception, possibly due to differences in income level or product categories. Brand trust. This has a range of 4, which is a high rating, and a mean of 2.96, which is slightly below moderate, signaling that consumers have mixed levels of trust in brands. The high standard deviation is 1.369, reinforcing the variability, indicating that brand trust is a more subjective or personal factor. Advertising influence. This has a range of 3, which is a moderate rating, and a mean of 3.56, which is considered high, implying that advertisements are effective in shaping consumers' preferences and purchasing decisions. Still, a standard deviation of 1.083 suggests differing degrees of influence among individuals. Social influence has a range of 4, which is a high rating, and a mean of 2.80, which is below moderate, suggesting that peers or societal pressure has less impact on buying decisions in this dataset. The standard deviation is 1.555, and this is a high variability, indicating strong individual differences in how much social factors matter. Store accessibility has a range of 3, which is a moderate rating, and a mean of 3.64, which is closer to 4 and is ranked high, indicating that ease of access to shopping locations or online platforms is an important and well-rated factor among respondents. The standard deviation is 1.150, and this is a high variability, similarly indicating strong individual differences in how much social factors matter. Consumer decision has a range of 4, which is a high rating, and a mean of 3.36, which falls between moderate and high, reflecting that overall, consumers feel fairly confident and positive about the decisions they make. The standard deviation is 1.381, indicating a high variability in consumer decision based on individual differences. Generally, the result shows that product quality, price affordability, advertising influence, and store accessibility are the strongest positive influencers on consumer buying behavior. Meanwhile, brand trust and social influence show relatively lower impact with greater variance, pointing to the need for targeted strategies to build trust and harness social dynamics. Now, let's go over to conduct multiple linear regression. Now go to Analyze, scroll down to Regression, and click Linear. In this dialog box, your variables are in the box at the left. Select Consumer Decision as the dependent variable and click on this transfer arrow key to move it to the dependent box. Select the remaining variables and click on this transfer arrow key to transfer them all to the independent box as the independent variables. Ensure that the model type is Enter. Then click OK to run the regression model and produce the results. As you can see, the multiple linear regression results have been produced. Here, you should concentrate on the following items: arrow square in the model summary table, p-value designated as SIG in the ANOVA table, and from the coefficient table, concentrate on beta and the p-value designated as SIG. Now, let me interpret them one by one. The model summary table. As you can see from the model summary table, the arrow square value is 0.090, which indicates that only 9% of the variation in consumer buying behavior can be explained by the combined influence of the product quality, price affordability, brand trust, advertising influence, social influence, and store accessibility. This is a very low explanatory power, suggesting that the model does not adequately capture the key factors influencing buying behavior. However, your own real data can do better. Now, the ANOVA table. From the ANOVA table, the p-value designated as SIG is 0.931, which is much greater than 0.05, indicating that the overall regression model is not statistically significant. This means that there is no evidence to suggest that the independent variables jointly predict consumer buying behavior better than a model with no predictors at all. Again, your own real data can also do better. Now, the coefficients table. From the coefficient results table, the product quality has a positive standardized beta coefficient of 0.200, indicating a positive relationship with consumer buying behavior. However, this effect is statistically insignificant given the high p-value of 0.434, which is well above the conventional 0.05 threshold. Price affordability has a very small and negative beta value of -0.017 with a very high p-value of 0.946, suggesting no meaningful or significant impact on consumer behavior. Similarly, brand trust exhibits a negligible positive effect as the positive standardized beta coefficient is 0.033 with a p-value of 0.886, indicating the absence of statistical significance. Advertising influence also shows a mild positive beta value of 0.192, but with a p-value of 0.437, showing it is statistically non-significant. Social influence has a negative beta of -0.089 and a p-value of 0.713, suggesting a weak and insignificant inverse relationship with consumer behavior. Store accessibility, although having the highest beta value among the predictors, which is 0.243, it is still not statistically significant as the p-value is 0.352. Generally, none of the predictor variables significantly explain variation in consumer buying behavior, which aligns with the ANOVA result where the p-value is 0.931, indicating that the overall regression model is not statistically significant. The R-square value of 0.090 further reveals that only 9% of the variance in consumer buying behavior is explained by the combined predictors in the model, suggesting that other factors not included in this analysis may be more influential. Given the use of a 5-point Likert scale ranging from very low to very high and considering a midpoint of 3 as moderate, this result implies that while some predictors appear to link positively or negatively, their effect is too weak or inconsistent to be deemed reliable in influencing consumer decision in this sample. However, the low explanatory power R-square in the model summary table and non-significant p-values from the ANOVA and coefficients table respectively reinforces the need for more robust data collection and qualitative inputs to better understand the underlying motivations of consumers. It also underscores the importance of thoughtful variable selection and continuous model evaluation in business research. Yet, the data for this demonstration suffices the purpose to show you how to perform consumer buying behavior analysis using SPSS. Wow, congratulations, and I am indeed confident that you have just walked through how to perform consumer buying behavior analysis in SPSS. This knowledge is essential for marketing managers, business analysts, and researchers who want to make informed business decisions. I wish to strongly believe that you will be able to replicate this procedure to conduct the analysis with your own data and interpret the results, because right now, we have come to the end of this video. If you found this tutorial helpful, please like and share this video, subscribe to Titocan Solutions, and turn on the notification bell. Do you have questions? Drop them in the comment section and I will respond to them as soon as possible. Would you like me to help you analyze your data or give you a private tutorial on data analysis? Please reach out to me directly at asktitocan@gmail.com and you will be glad indeed. For now, bye.